Good morning and happy Monday to you. We're at the gym. Today is quite a crazy Monday. I have more things than I typically do on the Monday, so we're just gonna do it. We're gonna do it. I have 3 personal training clients. I teach 1 class at Compass, and I have 3 calls this afternoon. One is with one of my runners who I coach, a dear friend of mine, Judge Still. And then I have a coaching call with one of my clients that I do sort of nutrition, lifestyle, just sort of a touch base accountability, 2 calls a month with. And then I have a call with one of my other runners, and she is an ultra runner, and she wants to talk about Enneagram specific things according to her personality type, her strategy, her instinctual bias, and how that affects her as a leader. So a little bit different with her today. I'll get more into that eventually, but we got a stacked day. We're just gonna do it. We got foods, we got hydration. We are gonna do this. Is this Find It?
Yeah.
Dogs have to wait patiently before the games begin.
Oh, hi. Video, you guys.
We're doing a B+ job of waiting. Okay, this is the final product of the chocolate protein mug cake, in quotation marks, because this microwave has never worked since the day we moved in, so we only have the oven to work with. So I made 4 servings, so I take the initial recipe times 4, and this is what I always put it in. And then I just scoop myself out some. We're gonna have some now because it's time for mug cake now. Delicious. It's 4:23 in the afternoon, and my last call just finished, and today has been craziness. But today is also a special day because I posted my very first video. My very first vlog went out this morning, and it just feels exciting, and it's been fun to tell people about it, and it's also been a little nerve-wracking, but it's more exciting versus feeling exposed in a bad way. So typically Mondays aren't as crazy as today was. Today I had a personal training client at 7:45. I taught the 9 o'clock class at Compass. I had another personal training client at 10. I ate my lunch, and then I had another client at 11:30. Typically on Mondays, I would then go to Choose Fitness and do my lower body workout. But today instead I came home and I had a 1 o'clock call with one of my endurance athletes, one of my runners that I coach. and she actually wanted to talk a little bit more about the Enneagram and the effect of her personality or the strategy of her personality using the Enneagram model in her leadership role as the CEO of her nonprofit. So we had a call at 1, and then I had a walk and talk coaching call with one of my clients who I virtually coach for like nutrition and training and stuff. I came in and did a little bit of admin work, and then my 5:15 call with another one of my runners, she texted and said that she was available earlier. So I just got off the call with her. She is one of my dearest friends, Judge Jill, and I've coached her for the last, I think it's been almost 3 years now. And we had a great call. So now I'm just doing a little bit of admin work, some email responses to some clients, and I think I'm gonna have my mug cake, do this for about another 45 minutes, and then I'm gonna try to sneak in a 30-minute run on the treadmill, just a very light jog before dinner. And the WNBA draft is on tonight, so I look forward to that. The dogs are sleeping, they've had a busy day, and that's the update. Is that annoying? I know. Good morning. It's 7:00 something, and I am here to get my blood drawn. I'm getting a few labs through levels just to check on a few things. So the good news is I got to sleep till 6, which never happens. I'm usually up between 4:30 and 5:30, 4:30 and 5 most days, and I got to sleep till 6. The bad news is the fasting. Boo. So that's what we're doing this morning. Gym time after this. Well, I was in and out of there in less than 5 minutes. That was so fast. So I'm going to head to the gym now. I brought my oat milk matcha and my rice cakes and nutso. I'm going to have that and then go ahead to choose. I have upper body strength and a smidge of cardio on the back end is the plan. And then today I am home, working from home the whole day, which is so nice. I have 2 nutrition calls set up with 2 of my clients, and that's it. The rest of the day I have some prep for 2 new nutrition clients I'm onboarding in the next week and a half, and a list of other things that I can't remember right in this moment. And Wednesday and Thursday will be some solid gym time, some personal training, some classes, and then Friday morning I will teach my normal 6 and 7:15, and then Amy and I head to Dallas for my cousin Austin's wedding this weekend. A very quick trip, just Friday, like we leave at noon and get back Sunday afternoon. So that's sort of the shape of the week. Here's our little pre-workout snack. Typically before I work out, I have either like 2 rice cakes by themselves or rice cakes with nut. This is with nut. So if you're not fueling before your workout, get on board. You're leaving performance on the table in a major way. Sometimes like I will have had my full breakfast, like my full yogurt bowl, and then will work out like soon after that or within like a couple hours. So it kind of just depends on the timing, but this has about 36 grams of carbs between the 2. I think it's 18 per. And it's just the Lundenberg brand cinnamon toast, and then nutso, which is the best. I've talked about it a lot. It's so nutrient dense and it tastes amazing. Okay, I'm gonna make into creamy protein ice creams for Amy and I tonight. I have found that the perfect freeze window is doing it around 12 to eat it around 6 or 7. I know everyone talks about freezing it overnight, which it does work. I just found as far as making the perfect consistency to do it day of around noon or a little bit earlier. So we're gonna make some chocolate mint ice creams tonight. So here we go. Okay, so my favorite kind of protein, I've talked about this on my Instagram a lot, is this brand called Equip. And I am a partner of theirs. I have been for several years now. They just use really quality ingredients, first of all. Their ingredient list is less than 5 things most of the time. Second of all, the most important thing I think is that they're using grass-fed beef isolate. So when it comes to protein powder, we usually have whey, which is dairy-based cow milk. And then we have vegan oftentimes, or plant-based, which is not a complete protein. I think for vegetarians and vegans, it's great. I always recommend using it. But when it comes to like the amino acid profile, it's missing some. So it's not a complete protein. Grass-fed beef isolate is sort of kind of the best of both worlds. It's a complete protein, it's very nutrient dense, and it's very easy on the gut. I can do some dairy, like I eat yogurt every day. I usually have to choose between having yogurt or cottage cheese. Like my stomach can handle some dairy, but not a ton. So this is a non-dairy version that is a complete protein. And I think this brand does it really well. They have amazing flavors. I've got like all their flavors. They've got peanut butter, chocolate, vanilla, cookies and cream, mocha, cinnamon bun. Like there's strawberry. There's so many flavors to choose from. There's a really good quality brand. Also, all their products were tested when that big sort of protein powder issue came out about heavy metals and things like that. So check it out. They're a great brand. I also do have a discount code, which I'll post in the notes. But yeah, love it. Okay, here's the big reveal. Okay, big reveal, take 2. Okay, that's better. Oh, it's like chunky ice cream. sitting at the gym in my car, and today is a good day. We've got a lot going on. Wednesdays, I typically am at the gym from about 6:15 to 1:15, so about 7 hours. I have 3 personal training sessions. I teach the 12 o'clock class, and in between I typically eat lunch. I usually hop on the bike or the rower just to get about like 30 minutes of like zone 2, zone 3 cardio in, just to also kind of help with my energy before the noon class. I just find that this kind of gives me just a little energetic bump in the morning day. And then I'll go home and do some admin and just have a relaxing dinner and Eve with Amy and the pup. So that's the plan for this Wednesday. I was thinking this morning about the sleep situation and wanting to share a bit more about that during the vomiting episodes last year, I really focused a lot on sleep and making sure I was getting enough and it was quality. And I've learned about myself that 7.5 to 8 is my good window. I feel my best when that is happening. And Wednesdays and Thursdays and Fridays, I get up between 4 and 4:30. And I've noticed that my body does not want to go to bed at 8 or 8:30. It wants to go to bed at 9 or 9:30. And I just sleep so much better when I go to bed a little bit later, but then it ends up not being enough. And so really trying to get my nighttime routine, winding down early, house as cool as possible, trying to limit the screen time. I recently started taking some magnesium glycinate before bed the last few months, and that has seemed to really help. So just eventually I would love to not get up at that time. I think my ideal window, I remember during the pandemic when the gym was closed and I didn't have to get up so early, my natural sleep wake time was 10 p.m. to 6. I felt my best, and it was the most natural. I would get up at 5:59 without the alarm and just really felt good. So will I get back there someday? I don't know, but we're working on it. And I just really try to prioritize getting good quality sleep, and I just know how important that is over time for performance, for metabolism, for energy, for hormone balance, and all of it. So yeah. Okay, so in regards to nutrition, there's just something that's been on my mind a lot, and it's the idea of what is the intention when it comes to nutrition for you. I think there's a lot of noise on the internet about you should do this, you shouldn't do that, you should track, you shouldn't track, you should eat keto, you should be doing high protein, all these models of advice, when really it comes down to what is your intention with nutrition? I think when it comes to food, I think there's kind of an overarching umbrella of like, I think most people want to think about giving their body nutrients and fueling their body. I think everyone would agree that that's a goal. But then after that, I think that there's like a bunch of tiers of priority and intention. And within those, things start to be very different. Goals start to be very different. And approaches and protocols become very different. So some of those categories might be, someone might be intentionally in a caloric deficit because they want to lose body fat. Somebody might be in a caloric surplus because they need to gain weight or gain muscle. Somebody might be looking for nutrition for sport performance, and they might be experiencing something in their performance that is not up to par, so they're having to address their nutrition and their recovery. Somebody might have digestive issues, and they might need to look at nutrition from that lens. Maybe blood sugar, metabolic health. I think there's just so many different categories, and I think working with a professional really comes into play as far as differentiation and keeping the main goal in mind. So that I will be sharing more of on this vlog, in these vlogs, in this series of vlogs. And I would love to know your questions around that. What is your focus right now? What bucket are you in? And what you want to learn more about. And right now I have a variety of nutrition clients as far as what their goals are. So I work with a couple endurance athletes who are learning to fuel better for their sport, both in training and outside of training. I have a client who just came off of a GLP-1 that didn't really work for her, and really trying to understand how food fits into her life. I have a couple women who are perimenopause, menopause, who just feel like shit, and the way they've been approaching nutrition for their whole lives, especially in their adult lives, just isn't working anymore. So again, this is like the coolest part of my job working with people on nutrition, is that it's very specific and it's very individual, and the approach is the exact same as well. So I just love it, and I'm grateful to be in this work. Good morning and happy Thursday. We're in the car. We just arrived to the gym, and another busy day today. I have 3 personal training clients this morning, and then I totally forgot about this until yesterday. I'm going to do another quick blood draw just to test my testosterone at 10:30. Around the vomiting migraine time, I got on testosterone cream, and it really has helped me, but we're trying to find the right dosage. So that's what we're testing today. I didn't have to fast. Fantastic. A quick blood draw, then I'm going to go to the gym. I have lower body today, and then I'll go home, and I have a 2:30 nutrition call with a client who I worked with about 8 months ago. And we're starting up again. She is a 51-year-old runner, and she had some weight to lose about 8 months ago, did that. Then she trained for and completed her very first marathon. Amy is actually her running coach, and she has some more weight that she would like to lose. And her doctors continue to push a GLP-1, and she really wants to try to not go down that path. So I love this information that I'm sharing with you, because I think there's a misconception oftentimes that like if you train for a marathon or if you're a runner, that automatically equals weight loss. And sometimes the opposite can be true. The amount of fueling that you have to do to properly execute a training plan, to feel okay, to perform at your best, requires a lot of food and fuel, and running very much spikes hunger. So she's going to take the next few months to really attack a weight loss plan, and we're going to start that today. So I'm excited to be back with her. And then tonight we're packing. We leave for Dallas tomorrow. I'm going to teach in the morning here at the gym, and then our flight's like at 12:30. We're going to Dallas for my cousin's wedding, a very quick trip just over the weekend. So that's the day. Last June, July, August, when the cyclic vomiting and migraine things were like at its peak, I was just like trying to throw spaghetti at the wall and figure out like what the heck was happening. So I was exploring a lot of different pathways to why this could be happening. And so I looked at like my hormones. I was having some like aura ocular stuff, so we looked at that. Obviously looked at like sleep, stress, food, exercise, nutrition, electrolytes, all the things. And I found a really good PCP, and it's a membership-based practice. And my doctor's name is Dr. Crofta. And when we were looking at my hormones, I got a lot of blood work and things, and my testosterone was really low. I think it was like 16. And so we tried some testosterone cream, and I felt so much better. But also, like, we were testing other things and, like, changing other things. So there was, like, a lot of factors and variables that were changing all at the same time. And so I've been on testosterone cream, I think, since, like, October. And I was doing a full dose, which is 2 clicks per day. And I had some blood work done a couple months in. And it came back pretty high. But it was kind of a misread on the lab because I put the testosterone cream on too close to the lab work. So long story short, today was just a test with using a half dose, so 1 click per day for the last 2 or so months, if that's the right dosage for me. So that's what we found out today, or we will find out. Workout was rough biz. I feel like hot garbage from the beginning. Thursdays are my lower body days, and true confessions, I would much prefer a upper body day to a lower body day. I didn't feel great from the beginning, which is totally my fault because I didn't eat what I normally do. We fly to Dallas tomorrow, so we're doing the thing where like you just eat what you have available, and I ran out of yogurt, and my yogurt bowl gives me life every morning, and I didn't have it, and I just like right away knew, I was like, oh, I don't feel like I have any energy. So we did it. I did not do one exercise, which is the RDL, and I'm fine with that, but everything else I got through. So I'm proud of myself for doing it, but I don't love when I don't feel great because I know it's my own doing. But here we go, we did it. So now going home for lunch, I think I have ground chicken and rice or potatoes and some guac for lunch. We have no vegetables prepared, which Amy and I also don't love that situation. She's gonna pick up sweet green for dinner tonight, so I'm just gonna see what I have. And then I have a call with my nutrition client and some admin work and packing. So I totally lied about the vegetables. I didn't think we had any, and we do from last night. So this is just food prepped ground chicken, some air fried potatoes. They're like the mini multicolored ones. This was left over from last night, our little tofu shawarma veg. It's mint, cucumber, cherry tomato, lemon juice, and salt. It's delicious. And just some guacamole. Okay, late lunch is done. So I'm gonna get back to work. I'm feeling like I'm being chased down by a bear. I tend to become a total stress head before traveling and just shoving a million things on my to-do list and believing I can do it all, and then being surprised when I have a freak out. So I'm just seeing it coming, trying to not do that today. But Thursdays are the days I check in with my clients. So I'm going to be doing that, do my call. I want to upload a bunch of videos to my computer so I can do a little bit of vlog editing on the plane. And that's what we're doing with the afternoon. Here we go to not being a stress head. afternoon from Dallas. We've had quite an eventful day so far, which started with sleeping in after a late night out with the family. And we walked in the rain to get a matcha and a latte. That was eventful. We found the hotel gym and did a little workout, upper body strength at a cable machine, which is like an incredible surprise every time a hotel gym has something like that. We'll treadmill run, and now we're waiting for poke bowls for lunch. Timing is feeling so weird today. We normally are up again early, between 4:30 and 6 every day, and we slept until 8 o'clock Dallas time. And we're just kind of going with it. Amy and I were just talking about how we sometimes feel inflexible, both of us, and we're trying to be better at that. So, poke, hang out, and it's wedding time. It is raining in Dallas, and normally when Amy and I would be on vacation or in a different city, we would just like walk around and like get food and warm beverages and just kind of explore. But since it's raining and cold, we decided to do a little honeymoon planning lunch. So we're going to be doing this. Amy just went to pick up the poke bowls that were delivered via DoorDash or Uber Eats, can't remember which one. And this is what we're gonna do. For a honeymoon, we are going to be spending a month in Italy, September to early October, and we're so excited. It doesn't really feel quite real, however, it's getting more real by the day. I've never had that much time off of work before, and it's just very exciting. So we're just kind of putting the pieces together of which locations we'll be in for how long. We have our plane tickets, and we've booked 2 Airbnbs and then a stay at this sort of spa up near the Alps. We're putting together the rest of the details. It's very exciting. Sunday, and we are about to head to brunch with my family, and then we'll head back to Denver this afternoon. Our flight's at like 3:30. We got up and did a little indoor run on the treadmill at the hotel gym. It's much colder here than we planned, and neither one of us brought even a long sleeve to run outside in, and it's 50 degrees, so we decided for inside. So this wedding is for my cousin on my dad's side. So my dad was one of 7 siblings, and he passed away when I was 16. I will go into that story another time, but my dad was one of 7, and I have 10 first cousins on that side. And that's why we're here, is to celebrate his wedding. Amy and I both are feeling a little, not the best. I have a little tickle in my throat, and we've been talking the last 2 days about just how we rely on our routine so much to like make us feel good. And anytime we get out of the routine, like we've been staying up so much later, our bodies tend to kind of freak out. And part of me is like, okay, that makes sense. And the other part of me is like, can my body be a little bit more resilient? But here we are. Going to up the electrolytes today, make sure we eat well, and we're just going to pretend it's all fine, and we're gonna feel better by tonight. Ending the Sunday vlog here on this Monday morning. Had a little bit of a rough travel day yesterday that ended with a major GI migraine. So I spent the way getting home from Dallas in the thick of it and then the evening. So apologies for not wrapping up the day, but still trying to figure out, like, is it, like, travel is definitely a trigger, but like being out of my routine, sleep, and just more caffeine, and yeah, it was really bizarre. Still trying to like figure out the triggers so I can avoid them the best I can. But thank you for following along this week. I had a great time sharing and filming, and I hope you enjoy. And please leave me some information in the form of a comment of what you would like to learn about, hear more about. And I just really appreciate you being a part of this experience with me. I'm enjoying it so much so far.